Hi everyone, I want to talk to you about claiming, whether it's your UIF for maternity or UIF when you become unemployed. UIF, Unemployment Insurance Fund, that is the contribution that all employers have to make for their staff that are working for them. Good day, everyone. My name is Carol. Please like our broadcast, share, and hit the subscribe button. Be a part of our community. You will get to know a lot about SARS, tax matters, accounting matters on this channel. So back to our subject for now. We're talking about the UIF claim. So as an employer, you need to register your employees with the Department of Labor, which is the UIF. So remember, you've also got COIDA, which is also the Department of Labor, and you've also got the SARS arm, which is the basic UIF, and pay as you earn. You register there as an employer. But with the Department of Labor UIF, that's a different registration, and where you need to get a number, a registration number as an employer, and you would then need to supply or submit a return on a monthly basis and confirm who has worked for you in that particular month, how many hours they worked, and what the basic was, and the deduction. Remember, there is no UIF on commission. So if your clients, if your staff are only earning commission, then you do not deduct UIF. So if it's a combination on their payslip, you only deduct UIF on the basic and not the commission. So what you would then do is submit your return on a monthly basis to the Department of Labor. You can actually do it on U-filing whenever they finally get it to work again, because it hasn't been working for a year and a half, or you can email the UI-19 form or take it physically to the Department of Labor offices. So, having now registered your employees, yourself, and submitted those returns, it means your staff can now go and claim. For instance, if someone is on maternity leave, that means they can receive benefits without having to come to work and be paid a salary for the 2 months or 3 months that they're on leave with their baby, and they can relax and, get acclimatized to being a new mom. That is the whole purpose of the UIF, is to give out benefits to those who have claimed. Now, you will need to, as an employer, give your employee the right forms that they will submit to the Department of Labor for that claim. They need to make sure that they submit it to the Department of Labor office nearest to where they stay. Once that submission is done, you can now do an online claim and you will get your payout as a young mother. The other unemployed person that would receive is if they left work, they've resigned, for instance, or their company shut down, or even during the time of COVID. During the time of COVID, staff also were able to get benefits. They were able to claim and were able to receive from the Department of Labor, from the UIF. So that is the whole purpose of UIF. At the moment, employers are deducting 1% from their employees, and they also need to contribute 1% to the same fund. So it's altogether 2%. There is a cap, and of course the cap is 177 Rand.12. So what it means is, if the basic is high, for instance, the basic is higher than 177.12, it means it exceeds the cap. So even if let's say, for instance, your basic is 50,000 Rand, the deduction of 1% will not be 500. It remains kept at the 177. How that works is, if you then claiming for those who are the higher income earners, UIF will then work it out in such a way that they don't disadvantage those that are the low income earners. It's a bit complicated, but there is talk at the moment, not yet fully out there, that there could be changes that were instituted on the 6th of Jan 2026, could be changes to the cap, could be changes to the payouts at UIF, could be changes even to, to the percentage itself. At this point, we do not have all the facts, but look out, there could be changes. The one thing that they have had to also relook at is the U-filing, which is the online portal. There's also talk that that has finally also been done. They've also talked about doing audits and checking more because, as you can imagine, there's a lot of fraud, a lot of abuse on this UIF portal. So they've tried to see if they can do stringent measures and try and double check all these payouts that are going out to people. So looking forward to seeing the changes, and hopefully these are changes that will work in our favor and make it easier for the ordinary folk who need to claim. Join me as I discuss these and other SARS and tax-related, accounting-related topics on my channel. Enjoy.